Welcome into Drew's Daily Diamond for Saturday, June 22nd, 2024. I am Drew Martin breaking down the slate of games, our first Saturday show of the season. You guys spoke in the comments below. We listened. Show coming to you now. Let me know in the comments below what your MLB picks are for today, for this weekend. All is welcome. Where you agree, where you disagree, smash that like button if you're liking the content, as we got some day action and some night games to get into. And right at the top, we're heading to St. Louis, Missouri for the San Francisco Giants at the St. Louis Cardinals. Miles Mikolas going for the Redbirds. We get Jordan Hicks here for the Giants. 8.5 being the total. Looks like the Cards minus 110 short home favorites. They come in 500 on the season. Giants 4 games under, and they've lost 3 straight. Now, both of these two teams, I actually think have been impressive this season, having to deal with a bunch of injuries on both sides. It's an interesting handicap here spot-wise, because if you remember back on Thursday, they played in Birmingham. I thought it was pretty cool what MLB did there. But just yesterday, both teams off of an off day for travel. Now you're playing the same opponent at back in kind of normal scheduling times. I don't know if it favors one or the other, but do want to point that out. It is notable here. So both teams off of the bye yesterday. Mikolas here, last year versus the Giants, he had a great start. 6 innings, 0 earned, blanking him, 6 strikeouts, only 4 hits given up. So past performance has been good against the lineup he's going to be seeing. The 35-year-old out of Nova Southeastern, no more than 3 earned runs in any start since early May. So he's been really consistent. He's rocking that mustache, changing speeds, good changeup guy there. He's up against Jordan Hicks. I've been on Jordan Hicks a couple times with some mild success, I guess. He has under a 3 ERA. He did go 5 innings, 0 earned against the Cubs his last time out. 4 walks, though, in that game. Always a little bit hesitant with a guy struggling with control issues. He's had 9 walks in his last 3 starts. He's going up against the Cards lineup here that has been better against righties. And Mikolas with that kind of consistency here coming into this one. We get 2:15 Eastern start time, starting us off top of the card. I like Miles Mikolas as the listed starter in the Redbirds, minus 110 to start us off. Next one up, we're heading to Chicago. New York Mets visiting the Chicago Cubs, 2:20 Eastern start. Mets come in 36-38. One of, in my opinion, the hottest team in baseball, winning 8 of 9. They just won yesterday, 11-1. As plus 140 dogs, by the way. We were on that, and the dog was barking. Now, the Cubs going with Jameson Taillon. The Mets, Tyler McGill on the hill. Minus 112, that's the Cubbies at home. No total just yet, as I'm talking in the 9 o'clock hour at night, Friday night. So heading into the overnights here. No total because it's in Wrigley Field. But McGill on the hill for the Mets. He's been solid. 2.6 FIP on the season, 37 strikeouts and 30 innings pitched. That's impressive. He's up against Jameson Taillon. Solid himself. 3 ERA, 4 FIP on the year. But only 43 strikeouts and 61 innings pitched. So he's not missing all that many bats. And he has given up 21 hits in his last 3 starts, just lasting 18 innings in those 3 starts. And he's going up against a hot Mets lineup here. Top 5 overall over the last week, over the last 2 weeks. They've been better against righties. I like the Mets here. Not jumping off this Mets money printing train. Plus 100. I actually think it's wrong team favored in Wrigley Field. We'll jump on the Metropolitans plus 100. Next one up, 4 o'clock hour now. We are heading to PNC, as you can see behind me. Pittsburgh hosting Tampa Bay. We get Zach Eflin on the hill for the Rays. Jared Jones on the hill for the Pirates. Pick'em price tag, 8.5 being the total. Rays come in 3 games under 500. Pirates 2 games under 500. They have lost the last 2 Jones starts. He's the 22-year-old flamethrower. Made it to the show very quickly. He has been great at home. He's showing a home-road dichotomy, which I guess isn't that surprising with a young hurler. 2 ERA at home, 5.5 ERA on the road. So that tells me I want to be kind of betting on Jones when he's pitching at home, maybe looking to fade him on the road. He's up against Eflin here for the Rays, the 6'6", 220-pounder. They have won 3 straight Eflin starts since he returned from the IL. So that's always a good thing to be betting on a pitcher that's been winning games. He's been solid overall. We get an 8.5 as the total out there, guys. And both of these lineups have kind of been cold, both bottom 10 over the last 2 weeks. They both have struggled more against righties than lefties. They're both facing a righty here. I don't think we get to 9 runs in this one. I really don't. I think this finishes, 4-3, something in that range. So 8 in the hook. Let's go under between the Rays and the Pirates. Next one up, we were heading to South Florida. 4:10 Eastern start, Seattle Mariners, Miami Marlins. Jose Luzardo, the lefty, going for the fish. Logan Gilbert going for the M's. -170. That's the Mariners is the road favorite. 7 in the hook being the total. Miami just 25-49 on the season. They did win 3-2 in Friday night's matchup. Unfortunately, we're on the wrong side of that one. Seattle comes in 44-33, number 1 in the AL West, but they have lost 3 straight. Now they got Gilbert on the hill. This guy, he's been great. I mean, sub-3 ERA, over 98 innings this season, first rounder out of Stetson. Now Luzardo, in my opinion, he's probably the most talented Marlins pitcher, but he has been up and down this season. He is coming off back-to-back solid starts, so that makes me kind of look to be betting on Luzardo a little bit more than not, and he's up against the Mariners lineup that has struggled against southpaws. Guys, anytime we get like a sub-8 total, 7.5 in a fairly decent favorite, I mean, -170, my eyes always go to the dog because the market's telling us that runs are going to be at a premium. And with Luzardo on the hill, and the Marlins bullpen has actually been good. That's not the reason they've been losing games for the most part. Now, both lineups struggling overall, really. I guess it's not one that I love here, guys, but with Luzardo on the hill, listed him, getting +156, risk 100 to win 156. I think it could be something like we saw on Friday night, a close game, comes down to the 8th or 9th inning, and both teams have good bullpens, runs at a premium. Let's go on the dog, +156 in the fish tank. We'll head to the Queen City up next, 4:10 Eastern. Cincinnati Reds hosting the Boston Red Sox. Red Sox come in 40-36 on the season, playing good ball, won 5 of 6, 7 of 9. They did lose yesterday, but they got Nick Pivetta on the hill, and they've won 3 straight Pivetta starts. They're laying -120 up against Frankie Montez and the Big Red Machine, total of 9. Now, Montez has been up and down. 49-26 strikeout to walk ratio on the season is not very impressive. 4.6 ERA and FIP, that's below average. And Pivetta, we talked about the Red Sox winning games when he's on the hill. It's because he's pitching very well. He's been great, particularly against lineups that haven't been that strong. And I hate to point it out, I did say Big Red Machine. Well, they haven't been hitting the ball all that great. I mean, they're bottom 5 year to date by team OPS. They're bottom 2. They're one of the coldest lineups coming into this game. They've struggled against righties. I think Pivetta is gonna deal here in the Queen City, and just laying 20 cents on the Red Sox. Hey, they've been impressive this season. Let's jump on Boston over Cincinnati, -120 price tag. Heading to New York up next for the night slate. We get the Atlanta Braves and the New York Yankees. Charlie Morton up against Marcus Stroman, 7:15 Eastern start time here. It is the Bronx Bombers, -140 as the home favorite, total of 9. Atlanta, if you remember 2 weeks ago, they were in a slump. Well, it was a buy low opportunity. We talked about it on the show this past week. Now they're back to 10 games over 500. The Bravos have won 4 straight. They've won 7 of 8. They just won yesterday in New York, 8-1. And they got big game Charlie Morton on the hill. He's been solid, sub-4 ERA, 3.7 FIP. Think he can have a decent start here. And Marcus Stroman, a guy that, I don't know, at times he's been good in his career. But more recently, 9 earned his last 14 innings. He's on the wrong side of a 4-7 strikeout to walk ratio his last 2 starts. I can't bet on that, guys. New York does have the number 1 record in baseball, but look out now. The Orioles are only a half a game back in the AL East standings. And if you're ever going to bet against the Yankees, I think now is the time to do so. They've lost 3 straight. They've lost 5 of 6. They've been outscored 25-6 the last 2 games. Always tough to go against the Yankees at home, but we just did so yesterday with the plus price winner on the Braves. Going to carry that over here to Saturday's action. Let's list Morton as the starter, plus 120. That's on the Atlanta Braves, riding the hot hand here over the Yankees. 9:10 Eastern start for our next one. Heading a mile high, Colorado Rockies hosting the Washington Nationals. Nats 36-38 on the season. As I'm recording this right now, they are up 11-5 in the seventh inning. So they've won 9 of their last 12 games, likely 10 of their last 13 if they can hold on here. Always a little bit tricky with that in Coors Field. But talking about this one on Saturday, minus 110, that's Washington as the road favorite. Total of 10.5. Mitchell Parker, the lefty, going for the Nats. Chad Quantrill on the hill for the Rockies. Rocks just 26-49 on the season. They've lost 4 of their last 5. Not playing all that great of baseball. Quantrill, he's not a guy I'm necessarily looking to go against. He's actually been decent on the year, 3.4 ERA, 4.3 FIP, but he's only averaging 5 innings in his last 4 starts. So that's going to lead him into the Rockies bullpen that's been shaky overall, and that's putting it nicely. And the Nationals, up double digits on the season. They've been a great bet. We've talked about him a bunch on the show. Mitchell Parker, he's been one of the reasons why. 3 flat ERA, never more than 3 earned runs in 12 starts this season. So consistency is what he's dealing. 50-15 strikeout to walk ratio. And later innings, talked about the Rockies bullpen being shaky. The Nationals bullpen, by my numbers, top 5 in baseball. Hey, they had that big, at least offensive explosion on Friday night. Think they can carry that in here to Saturday night. Let's jump on the Nationals. Short price here, just laying the 10 cents, minus 110 on Washington. Do have one game left, and it is the best bet heading back to the day slate. But do want to give a reminder, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the Saturday show, if we should keep it going here on the WagerTalk YouTube channel. This is the first one of the season. Listen to a bunch of you guys in the comments. So, you're getting what you asked for here. And so let me know if we should keep it going, what your MLB picks are. Like always, if you're interested in premium plays, check them out. Drew Martin, WagerTalk.com. All right, best bet for the show, guys. 2:10 Eastern here. We are heading to Cleveland for Toronto at Cleveland. Jose Berrios going for the Jays. Lively on the hill for the Guardians. Guardians minus 127 to as high as minus 135. Home favorites. 8 in the hook being the total. Blue Jays come in 5 games under 500, bottom of the AL East standings. They've lost 4 straight. They've been outscored 14-4 their last 2. And they're up against the Guardians 47-26 on the season, 21 games over 500, plus 17 units year to date. They're 24-9 at home. Think you know where I'm going here, guys. And that's on Cleveland at home. Lively 3 flat ERA year to date, the 4th rounder out of UCF. The Golden Knight, last time out versus Toronto, he did struggle a little bit. 4 innings, 4 earned runs, but he has a sub-2 ERA at home. He does have a home-road split, home-road dichotomy, if you will. He is back to pitching at home. And the thing here is, last time out versus Toronto, it's back-to-back for both of these lineups against the opposing pitcher. So that means Jose Berrios here faced Cleveland his last time out. He went 6 innings, gave up 8 hits, 4 earned, with only 1 strikeout. So not missing very many bats. Facing that same lineup, just 6 days later, he's only had 7 strikeouts his last 3 starts combined. I think this number is given a little bit too much credit to the Blue Jays starter. He's going up against Cleveland, one of the better lineups in baseball, in my opinion. They've been hot of late. They've been good against righties, and they got the bullpen edge as well. Hey, let's ride this Guardians money printing train. Minus 127 for the best bet on the show, guys. In recap, it's Cleveland minus 127, Washington, the Nationals minus 110, the Atlanta Braves as the dog here, plus 120 over the Yankees, Red Sox minus 120 with Nick Pivetta on the hill, Miami Marlins, probably the one I like the least, if you will, plus 156. The home dog might be barking there in the fish tank. Metropolitans, hottest team in baseball, plus 100. Wrong team favored in Chicago. St. Louis Cardinals, minus 110 over the Giants. And we got Tampa Bay and Pittsburgh under 8 in the hook in PNC. I am Drew Martin. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the Saturday show. Smash that like button, cash those tickets, Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.